So there's one tool that can make or break your online course business. And today I want to talk about how you can use a really good lead magnet to transform your course business. So let's get to it.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here is your host, Julie Hood.
Welcome. I am so excited that you're here today. This is one of those episodes that can make a huge dent in your business to the point where you might need to listen to it twice. Once where you listen through, and then a second time where you go back and take some notes on the content that's in here, because I pulled together a bunch of different resources for you. So I hope it's super helpful. And before we get into talking all about lead magnets, I want to make sure that you've jumped on my email list, because I have an incredible offer coming for Black Friday, a Cyber Monday 2021, and it's also limited to only a certain number of people. So make sure you go to coursecreatorshq.com/idea and get on my email list so that you're the first to get the offer before it sells out. Okay. So you've probably heard me or other experts tell you that you need an email list, you need an email list over and over again. I'm sure you've heard this, but has anyone actually told you why you need this? And for me, there's two big reasons. And that is, when people first stumble across you, however they find you, they're probably not quite ready to buy yet. They need a way to stay in contact with you and sort of build that relationship, get to know you, see if they trust you, see if they like what you're doing. And an email list is a really good way to do that. And then second, your email list is an asset that you own. So you're not at the mercy of the social media sites if they go down or they change their rules and they don't display your posts anymore. You control your email list and you can use it how you want. And you're reasonably confident that when you send out an email, it's going to land in your customer's inbox, and you get to control that timing. It's just something that's in your control. But before you can use this really amazing asset, you have to build it. You have to build that email list. And in order to do that, you really need a fantastic, amazing reason for people to actually sign up. And that's where your lead magnet comes into the picture. Your lead magnet is that juicy, exciting, wonderful freebie that you offer someone in exchange for them giving you their email address and their permission to be in their inbox. So let's get to it. The 5 rules for lead magnets that rock. The first rule is that your lead magnet needs to be easily and quickly used and consumed. And by that, I mean that when someone signs up with your list, that they can get a hold of it really easily, that they can jump in, start reading, start doing, start executing, and getting a result. So you want that to be as simple as possible for them. The other day, I signed up for a lead magnet, and it was actually a course, and I had to fill out 3 or 4 different forms and click the email and blah, blah, blah. It went on and on. I was like, oh my gosh, this is way too much friction for me to get what you're promising. Like, it needs to be super simple. Now, one thing I will tell you, I'm not a huge fan of when somebody signs up for your lead magnet that you give it to them on the thank you page. And here's why. you want them to go back to their email and get used to clicking. So you put on the thank you page, hey, you're signed up for my amazing lead magnet. I want you to go to your email. It'll be there in a few minutes, and click on it to get the access. So that helps with a couple things. One, they get used to going to emails and clicking from you. And then the second thing, it also really helps with your email deliverability and how well your email list performs. So don't just give it immediately on the thank you page. Make them go back to their email address. But then once they get to that email and they click on it, have it there, give them access, let them jump in, let them start consuming it, because you want it to be something that they're like, oh, wow, this worked really well. Look what I did in just a few minutes. This person is an incredible expert. I'm so excited about it. Okay, rule number 2 for your lead magnet is that it needs a title that's really intriguing. And this is one of those steps that you don't always think about. Like, you just kind of want to give it a name and go with it. But it needs to be something that jumps out off the page. People are like, ooh, wow, I wonder what that is. I really need that. I wonder what they're giving away. Ooh, and it's free. Let me go sign up and jump in. So make sure you find a title that jumps off the page, and spend some time thinking about and brainstorming what your title needs to be. Rule number 3, your lead magnet has to solve one problem for a person. So we aren't going to write the online marketing guide to everything you need to know to sell your online course all in one lead magnet. Like, that's not a short and simple one problem. That's a huge year-long kind of process. So we're going to pick one problem that our students are having and help them get started and get to a result. So typically I like those to be early in the journey that your customers are having. So it's either right before they would need your course, so they get that lead magnet, and then the next thing that they need is your course, or maybe it's even the first step of your course, so that they can sort of experience what it's like to take that first step with you. So spend some time thinking about your lead magnet and what step in the process you want it to be. So if you want a little bit more help thinking about your customer's journey, go listen to episode 61. That's coursecreatorshq.com/61. And I get into thinking about your customer's journey. So that should be helpful in figuring out that one problem that your lead magnet is going to solve. And then your lead magnets, this is rule number 4, your lead magnets can and really should be of different types, because you want to test out and see what's going to work best with your audience, what's going to resonate with them. So let me give you a few different ideas of how this could work. You may just want a one-page resource guide, sort of a tip guide kind of thing, and I'll give you a hint. One of the best ways to pull this together is to put together your list of the best tools. Like, people are always interested in what tools, what software, what you're using. So that can be a really easy and fast way to put together a lead magnet that your audience is going to be really interested in. And, if you want to make it look good, you can go out to Canva. They've got some templates for just one-page resource guides that you can use. So that's a really quick and easy way to do a lead magnet. Secondly, a PDF report. So you can add a little bit more to that in a PDF report, and you can make sure at the end you have a call to action for people. So the next step that you want them to take, which is probably, go sign up for my course. You might also want a video or an audio. Those can be great lead magnets. Just keep them short. None of these 2-hour long videos that people have to watch. And this one has worked really well for some clients of mine, that's a mini course, because they're considered really high value. So the one mini course, she has an introduction video and then 3 short, 5-minute videos that are meditations. And so, people can watch that intro. They can get started with the first meditation. And she said it's worked really, really well to help build her audience. So think about what kind of super short, simple mini course you could use as a lead magnet. And rule number 5 is that you really do need a lot of different lead magnets because we want to test different messaging and different types and see what's going to resonate the best, what's going to give you the best results on the back end, what's going to get you from people signing up to people actually purchasing your course. So one of my clients has as their lead magnet, which this one's a little bit longer, but it's a 5-day challenge that they can do. And they've noticed like the opt-in rates for that are a little bit lower because people have to commit to 5 days. But what they've noticed is the people who actually do it, the ones who sign up and commit to it and do the challenge, they are some of their best buyers. So it's sort of a balance of trying out these different types of lead magnets, different types of things, and see which ones not only get people to sign up, but then actually get them to buy from you on the back end. So if you're needing a little bit of inspiration about what you could use as a lead magnet, check out CourseCreatorsHQ.com/PLR. That's P as in Paul, L as in Linda, R as in Robert, PLR. And the reason I mention that is that this is a website where you can buy a bunch of pre-made content and then customize it for you and for your business. But it gives you a way to get started kind of quickly and get something out there. And that link will give you 10 credits so you can pick out something and get an article or something and get started. So that'll give you a way to get going on your lead magnet. Okay, so next up, do you want to get some feedback on your lead magnets? So I've been telling you for the past few weeks about this new thing that I'm putting together, and I'm going to be sharing it over the Black Friday, Cyber Monday holiday. And I want to let you in on a little secret. I'm going to offer in this program feedback on your lead magnets or maybe your sales pages or your emails as part of this new program. That's going to be one of the really great advantages that you'll have. And so make sure you get on my email list at CourseCreatorsHQ.com/idea because it will be the best deal that you'll ever see for this product. If you've been on my world for a while, you know I always give out my best deals at the first time I offer something, and then in the future it'll either cost more, there won't be as many bonuses, or it won't be quite as good as the very first time I offer it. So I'm hoping if you are interested that you'll be sure and get on the email list. And I want to go back now and just recap these 5 rules for you so they're in your mind and they stick and you're thinking about them as you're moving forward. Rule number 1 is that your lead magnet needs to be easily and quickly used and consumed by your new lead. Rule number 2, your lead magnet needs a title that's really intriguing and catchy and pulls them in. Rule number 3, your lead magnet has to solve one specific problem for them and get them moving forward. Rule number 4, your lead magnets can and really should be different types. So we want to try out different types of lead magnets to see which ones are working the best. Rule number 5 is that you need lots of different lead magnets. So you're attracting different types of people and you can test out different types of messaging. So once you get this amazing lead magnet created, there's several more pieces of the puzzle that you need to make it all work together. So for example, you want to get a funnel that really works and helps you sell it. So if you need more information on that, episode 39 talks about funnels. And then you also want a landing page that works and gets them to sign up. So that's episode 15. I'll put links to all of these different episodes in the show notes. So just check out the show notes for this episode and you'll be able to get the links to all of this. So go to CourseCreatorsHQ.com/69 and that will give you all the links to everything I've talked about today. So lots and lots of how to link information in today's episode. So I hope it was super helpful for you and gave you some ideas about what you need to do next with your lead magnets. Maybe there's one piece of the puzzle that you're missing that this will help you fill in the blanks. Or maybe you don't have an email list yet, and I'm hoping I inspired you to jump in and get that going, especially as we move ahead into the new year. So thank you so much for listening. I truly appreciate you being a listener, being a subscriber of this podcast. If you haven't yet, you can go up to those 3 dots on the top right in Apple Podcast and follow the podcast so that you get more updates when the messaging comes through, when there's new episodes. So thank you so much. You guys are the best, and I really appreciate you being a subscriber. I appreciate you reviewing. If there was some good information and you got an idea from today, if you could go out and leave us a 5-star review, that would be fantastic. And thanks so much for jumping in and doing what you do with your course creation to help make the world a little bit better place going forward. Thank you. Have a fantastic week, and we will catch you on the next episode. Take care.